Hey everybody, welcome back. I really am excited to see you again because I've been wanting to make a video for so long. It feels like so long that I've been wanting to turn on my camera, and every time I'm just like not feeling up to it at all. So, back for a real life vlog, surrender vlog. I might be putting on my migraine glasses in a minute because this light is hard. I got these new glasses actually yesterday that are pretty sweet. Actually, I might just film this video with them on. I know I look funny, but like they really help a lot to calm it down. But yeah, that's kind of, I guess, where I'll start. My migraines, because they've been really bad. I was hospitalized on Monday night because it got too intense. Which I've said before, like I get migraines every single day of the month. It's been that way for over a year. It's actually been that way for closer to 2 years, where I've had migraines every single day of the month. I don't think I've had maybe one day, maybe 5 days in the last couple of years where I did not have a migraine. So yeah. That's a different story, but most recently I've been really busy with doctor appointments. I've been to the Mayo Clinic twice. I had my first doctor appointment with a neurologist there that I actually liked. I have not liked a doctor since my pediatrician, and that says a lot because I've gone to so many doctors, and this guy was just, I swear I saw a halo around his head. Like when he left, I saw him in slow motion. I was like, thank the universe, finally somebody that listens to my concerns. Ugh. So yeah, I'm really grateful for that, and he's prescribed me to try out Botox and try out this device called the Cefaly, Cefaly. If any of you guys have migraines, you want to check it out. Yeah, so anyways, I've been through a lot lately, but I'm trying to stay very focused on the message of this video. I wanted to talk about some different passages I've gone through regarding the current journey I've been on, and just kind of like the process it's taken me to stay focused on my life goals and my longer term goals, even when right now it's like some days I can't even get out of bed because I'm in so much pain. And that's how this past week was. So it took everything I could, and like the emotions have been wacko, like all over the place, which is understandable. Anybody in my position would be depressed because when you have chronic pain every single day, like a level 7 to a level 9, it's like horrible. And so I've been trying to manage. I haven't had actually pain management, which is the reason why my anxiety has gone up. But anyway, it's looking like I have some options to try out, so hopefully that is going to come around soon. But I do have a doctor at the Mayo Clinic that I really trust, and that's been really important. And I've been going to get acupuncture twice a week. My acupuncturist is another angel who I totally trust. She's a traditional Chinese medicine doctor. She just came from China 4 years ago, and she's just like so sweet. She came to my house yesterday to drop off my herbs. She's like, oh, no worries, like I'll bring over your herbs like to your house because you're not feeling well. And it's just like such a amazing change in perspective to have people that are on your team for the right reasons. And it's not because of money, it's not because of insurance coverage, it's not because of all these other twisted reasons. It's because they care about you and they care about your health. So shout out to Dr. Leo and shout out to Dr. Garza because you guys really have boosted my morale, basically, my whole life perspective. But yeah, I wanted to talk about spiritual resistance because all of these different concerns that I've had regarding my health have really thrown me into this whole subject matter, spiritual resistance. The reason why I want to talk about it is because I think it's a human thing to do when one is in suffering. It tests your strength, it tests your resilience, it tests your faith in yourself and your faith in the universe, and it tests everything. It tests everything about your spirit and your soul and your purpose. And I wanted to share my little timestamp of where I am with that, just because it's been, I'm not unlike anyone else that I've been tested, been questioning, like my connection to the universe, because, I used to feel in my life, and this wasn't that long ago, like 6 years ago, I used to feel in my life like nothing bad could happen, that anything that would happen to me, it wouldn't shake me, it wouldn't unground me. I just felt like I was so connected to the universe all of the time. And that was the point in my life where I was channeling teachings from God, and I was beginning doing readings for clients. My life was just very simple back then. It felt like I just had this peace, in every cell in my body. It felt like all the time. And nothing had really shook me until my grandma got sick with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. So that's basically a death sentence when you get that diagnosis. And she passed away 2 months later, which was very, very traumatic for me. Still processing that. And some other events happened. Like a year later, my dad had a heart attack. All of this is to say, not for a pity party, but all of this is to say that, these things test your resilience as a human being. So these concepts of oneness, this concept of love and light, this concept of nothing bad can happen, this concept of no matter what, I will be fine, is still true. But your body and your mind and your spirit may still be affected. And if they aren't, then you are not a human being, because everyone needs to go through these type of things in their life. So that is to say that basically I've gone through a lot of therapy and a lot of just things to kind of reprocess those events and reprocess how I feel about my own spiritual journey and where I'm going and what are my goals, what is my life purpose from here on out. And one thing that I know for certain is that I want to help people out of suffering the way that I'm trying to help myself out of my own suffering right now. And when my journey gets to more of a plateau, so to speak, when I figure some things out for myself, I think it's just going to be even clearer to me my path and where I'm going from here on out. But being in the thick of it, I have had to take a break from my work, doing my readings, and it's been important for me to honor that time for myself, because of course the last thing I want to do is stop helping people, especially when I'm in a pinch, because it fuels me so much to help people and to do those readings for people. But it got to the point where everything in me told me you can't do it right now. But it's continued to fuel my desire to be of service, of course, and whatever form that takes, whether it is, that I keep doing readings, or whether it is becoming a Qigong master, or both, or however it transpires, I don't know. But what I do know is that even, when I'm in such deep suffering as I am now, still, on the days that my pain goes down to a 5, even, I'm outside, I'm putting love letters around my town. I'm trying to smile, trying to be happy, trying to see the blessings in my life. And I think it shows that, I've become a much more resilient person. I've really utilized every moment where I have less pain to do good in the world. And, I don't have a pain-free day, but I do have a less pain day. And a lot of times what I like to do these days is just, I go down to like the co-op or something, and I will put some love letters on people's windshields or do something like that makes me feel good, that makes me feel like I'm doing service even when I can't do what I would like to do right now. So I've learned that your spirit really gets tested when you're going through suffering, and that it's really important to have a goal in mind of who you want to be on the other side of this suffering. And I know that I want to help people. I know that I want to help people out of their suffering. And I may not know the specifics of how I will get there, how I will get out of my own suffering, but I do know that I have a sole purpose in mind, and that I want to help other people. It's really hard to go through something without learning these lessons, without thinking about the whole picture. And I think the word that best describes where I am is actually the title of this playlist. It's surrender. It's surrender, because you don't know how. You don't know when. For me, I don't know when I'm going to not have pain. The crippling anxiety of not knowing that is, that's ultimately what sent me to the emergency room because I needed the relief. But as I was sitting there in the emergency room, I kept thinking about just letting go of expectation of myself, letting go of the need to know, and just really putting my trust in those doctors that were there, that were taking care of me that night. And I've really just found this incredible sense of peace when I don't have pain. Like, it used to be where when I got a little bit of pain, it would really upset me and it would really throw me for a loop. And now I feel like when I don't have pain, I just have this incredible motivation to do things in my life and to, sing and play music and make music and, share my thoughts with people and, share love letters around. And it definitely makes me feel better to know that, I have people on my team that I trust. And even when it's afar, even when it's people, when it's you guys, my family on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, I've really been grateful for that added support. I also feel really inspired by everyone that has sent me their personal messages and stories and shown me their own versions of what I'm going through, like your own version of your story of finding how to let go in the middle of such a excruciating, painful time in your life, and how you were able to make it through that, how you were able to make it through even when you had no idea when you would make it through. Just that incredible deep sense of surrender that I had no concept of until I did. It's really powerful. I think at this point in my life, I just want to be able to trust in the process and trust that even when I feel this sense of disconnect with the universe, because I feel it's so hard to connect, just knowing that it's still there, and just knowing that even if I don't feel it, knowing that it's doing something, to have that inner dialogue with myself. Sometimes I will just say, please universe, just help me sleep tonight without any nightmares. Just help me, to feel this sense of security, even if my pain doesn't go away. Just help me to feel something, just something. And I always do feel something, and I think I've become a little bit annoying because, this is coming from somebody that, had some pretty intense, pretty big spiritual experiences from a young age. So it's hard for me sometimes to work in my head, oh, you're the same, whoa, you're the same person. This has happened to you, and now this is happening to you, and they're two completely different worlds, but they're still you, they still matter. And how to see the relevance in that, and to have most of people that know me for this version of myself, and for my personal family and friends to know both versions of myself, and how they connect, and how they're really make me who I am. And that makes me more inspired to share on YouTube and share on Facebook and Instagram, because I think my greatest realization in the last year has been that I just want to be more real every day with you guys, because what's important to me is having other human beings have tools to get through the human experience. It's not about me. It's not about any kind of labeling that people have on me. And I really realized that I don't want those labels. I don't want to be treated as something more special. I just want to have that human connection, human interaction that is so important to, getting through this, because it's not easy to be here. It really isn't. And my YouTube channel has been a really great way to showcase that with this Surrender Real Life Vlogs for Awakening playlist, because I feel free to express those kind of peaks and valleys and realizations and what I'm feeling, that you can have these, big awakening experiences, and you can also have anxiety and depression and horrible physical pain and discomfort, and still be working towards that higher goal. This doesn't mean strength. This doesn't mean weakness. This doesn't mean positive. This doesn't mean negative. There are no labels. My book, Teachings from God, says that. And the craziest thing about this is that everything that is in my book that I thought I understood, I'm just understanding more and more and more and more and more every day. And even, when I remember them saying to me, the universe saying to me, there will be times where you don't feel this connection the same way. There will be times when you don't feel the words that we're saying to you. And that's part of the process. And I was like, girl, I don't know about that. I'm always going to be channeling. I'm always, maybe sometimes I won't be as convinced, but this isn't going to go away. Well, it hasn't gone away per se, but definitely the past couple of years I've been in a real you are on your own kind of feeling, which makes it really hard when I get the emails and the whatever, people whoa, you're whoa, how do you do this? Because I still have to go through this, and that's hard to explain to people. That's so hard to explain to people. It's you can have this and you can have this, and it just makes the experience more transcendent. Even on the outside, if it looks oh, this is so horrible, and how did you go from this greatness to this? And there's so much judgment in that. And I would much rather see it as like, wow, look at this incredible journey you're on, you know, imagine the amount of enlightenment that's going to come from this experience. And that's the way, like, that I want to look at it from. That's the angle I want to look at it from, and why I like to talk about these things, and why I ultimately, like, felt like I got this, like, resistance, because I've gone through things that I never thought I would have to go through. And I've found ways to ultimately look at the deepest meaning of it and look at the deepest blessing of it, even when it's like I can be crying for days on end. I can be in horrible anxiety and pain for days on end, and I can still say I wouldn't go back. Like, that's pretty crazy. Like, I will think about that just for a second and just be like, wow, like, how could I think like I would never go back? But it's because I see where it's bringing me, you know. That's where the wisdom part comes in. I can see that it's going to bring me to this, like, real place of being able to teach in the most authentic, real, grounded, effective way. And it won't be about, like, concepts. It's going to be based in my own reality, like, based in my own practice and how I went through such extreme suffering and got through it. Same with my teacher, Master Lin. Why I respect him so much, because he went through hell. I mean, he went through the Cultural Revolution and made it through, and had suicidal depression by the time he was my age, and he made it through, and he's an international grandmaster of Qigong. And I remember at one point thinking, like, how can I ever relate to a story like that? How can I even have a conversation with somebody like that? And now I can say with confidence that I can relate, and I can't relate can't relate to that, but I can relate to an intense inner journey like that really takes you to your knees, like, where you really have to surrender. And that's what I like to talk about in here, okay? Because this isn't about me. This isn't about Courtney's vlogs. This is about a human journey. Like, this is what I'm trying to showcase. So I really do appreciate everyone caring about me, though. I absolutely do, and it really makes my heart warm to hear people that, you know, want to help me out, send prayers, send blessings. Thank you so much. Thank you. It really helps. But if you can, refrain from giving me all these emails about things I should try, because I'm honestly getting very, very overwhelmed by that right now at the moment. But yeah, I would definitely take the prayers. And, you know, I'm here to say that we're all doing this together. So I wanted to thank you for being part of this family on YouTube, and remind you to follow me on Instagram at Courtney.Amundson, and you will definitely see my kind of daily posts and my cute little doggy and my other cute little doggy. We just got a new dog like about 3 weeks ago. So we got another chocolate lab after our dog Cody died a couple years ago. So now we have 2 dogs, and we have a little puppy, and she's really cute. Her name is Hazel. So you can see her if you go to my Instagram, and that'll be good if you follow me there, because I talk to people very often on there. So definitely follow me there, and comment below if you have anything to say here. But I just want to say thanks for following me, and thanks for participating in this conversation. I know I go real deep into it, but that's what you're signing up for on this playlist, at least. But I also post some funny videos here and there, music, some, yeah, like interview type stuff. I post variety, so if you're here, there's something for everybody. Stay tuned for our next video. If you have any topics that you'd like me to cover, maybe shoot me an email or shoot me a comment and tell me what would be helpful for you. And yeah, we'll see you soon. I need an outro. Give me an outro in the comments.